Hi, it's Sam here, and today what I'm going to have a do is have a look at officers. So there's a number of things about officers I just want to run through. They're very important cards actually, and they give you extra special abilities you can go off and looking at. And my eye is going a bit creepy again, are they? Oh well, too bad. So officers. So let's have a look. I'll just jump straight into it. So if I go in and I manage my ship and I assign officers, you might notice here I've got there's 3 positions across the top. You hit the I tag, it goes up and explains it all, but too boring to read all that sort of stuff. So the one in the middle is the captain, and if you tap on the character, hit the info button, it'll tell you something about his skills. So in this particular case, the top one is his captain maneuver. So if he's the captain, that is, if he's the middle of the top 3, he's going to increase the mining rate, which is cool. If he's an officer, which means he's any of the top 3, he gets a second ability, which is, in this case, it reduces damage by attack. Now, in reality, I've stuck him on a fortunate. Pretty well anything can kill a fortunate, so this is really not going to help whatsoever. But that's how they work. Now, another thing you might notice is this funny little, well actually, it says at the top there's surveyors and miners. Well, there's some other characters in that series, and if you put them also on the bridge, it gives you a nice little extra bonus. So it just adds another 15%, and that gets added to the captain ability. So it doesn't improve everything, and if the captain ability is not really that much use, well, you probably haven't really achieved anything. But that's what it does. I'm sure you'll find some use for it. So what are some of my favorite sort of cards for officers? Actually, I've got 2 of my favorites here at the moment. One is Helvia. And the reason I like Helvia is, one, if you are doing some mining, it is worthwhile making Helvia the captain. She'll mine it a bit faster. But it's this officer ability that I really love. In this case, Helvia increases the warp speed. It's not the warp distance. It won't let you go to a system you couldn't go to before, but you'll get there faster. And her definition says if the cargo is empty. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I've put a little bit of cargo into it, like have it be a 0, and it still seemed to work. So there's probably some threshold that I'm really not quite aware of yet, of exactly what it is. If you know how much you've got to have in the cargo hold before it's no longer considered empty, that'd be great. Can you leave a comment in the notes, please? But so she's also useful when you're not mining as well. Like if you've got, I often use my jelly to go off and help somebody who's in trouble, and I want it to get there fast. And so by putting her on the bridge, the jelly will get there faster. It won't be as strong in attack, but it'll arrive faster, which is good if you're somebody's attacking one of your bases or friends or something like that. And the other one is Demetia. She's sort of got the inverse. So what she does is, as long as the cargo bay is full, she increases warp speed. Now, I had thought that it was non-zero, she'd kick in, but to be completely honest, I'm not exactly sure, because I was having trouble getting Helvia. I was having trouble getting Helvia to not kick in. So I need to do some more testing there. But regardless, the idea is hurry home, is if you've got full cargo and you want to get home quicker. I find that one sort of convenient but less useful. It's getting out there I find the most useful. Cool, so you can just tap and swap them around, and so that may make it go even faster, I guess. Hadn't thought of that one. I know it's a captain ability. the captain ability is, so you put the right one, you might put the 3 of them on the same crew to be a mining crew, and so whenever you send them out, you just pick whichever one, whatever substance you're going off to mine. Yeah. Now, another favorite card of mine is Cadet Scotty, and I've got him over on Ship C. I'll just confirm those changes. Let's go off to Ship C. These are my 3 mining ships. I just want to have a look at him, because if he's a captain, cool, he increases the ship hull strength, that's useful. But warp theory is really, really useful. What it does is he increases the warp distance of the ship. And so what that allows you to do is you can go places, if he's on the bridge, on the top 3 positions, that the ship wouldn't be able to go otherwise due to warp restrictions. Because the different ships have got different warp capabilities. If I have a look at... Oops. Go back. Oh, yeah, here we go. If I have a look at the ship and look at the warp capabilities, where we go. So this one's got a warp range of 16. If I go off to another ship, and what I'm going to do is I'll swap into another ship. Like, let's go for a really old one. Very first ship you get, and you have a look at its details and have a look down at the warp range. It's got a warp range of 6. So if you put Scotty on here, you get him up to, I think he starts off with +2, and then I've actually upgraded him a bit. So now I've got him up to +3, just because I've managed to upgrade him. So there's lots of officers, and each one has got different capabilities, and it really isn't a matter of just going through and trying to work out the right ones for what you're trying to achieve on the current mission. Can take a bit of time to do, but there's lots and lots of officers you can go through and have a look at. There's also different levels. There's the ones you start off. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is Cadet Scotty gives you the warping boost. If you come down to the other Scotty, who's the uncommon Scotty, not the cadet, an ensign, he doesn't give you a warp distance boost. So it's not true that they're all the same. That's just something to watch out for. So the uncommon Scotty to me is actually less useful than the cadet Scotty. Interesting. Okay. So are officers worth it? Absolutely. There is a number of missions where you've had to go off and kill a particular, like on some of the missions, you're going off and killing a particularly strong ship. The difference, putting somebody like Kirk and Spock and Sulu on the bridge can make all the difference to getting whether you're going to succeed or fail on the missions. So that the officers do make a difference. And it doesn't come up. When you're looking at the ship's strengths, it doesn't really, I don't think it comes up very clearly there, because there's lots of, some of them are quite clear, it's always happening. But if you remember, the other one was, well, it happens if the cargo is empty or the cargo bay is full. So I don't completely trust the ship stats when you put somebody on the bridge. Go in and assign some officers. Now, as a rough guide, you have got this number here over in the top right. So you've got the overall strength, and you'll notice that if I move people around, let's put Kirk up there. The actual numbers change, and it'll actually show you the fact that my attack strength and my defense strength both went up by putting Kirk on the bridge. And if I go and put that one there, I get a little bit more, and so you can fiddle around with it. And so an easy way is just to look at those numbers. I might try swapping those two around. Does it make much difference? Not really. So those top 3, you pick them, and then you just fill in the rest of the available slots with other beefy crew, and it just gets all their health and strength and attack and so forth. It just adds to your overall ship. So don't leave them empty. the easiest way, if it gets too complicated, just have a look at the strength setting and just try and get it up to a nice big number. At least do that. But I would suggest having a look at the special abilities. For example, he increases first shots by 5% in the first round. Well, that's great, but if you've got 5 rounds of battle, he's only helped by 5% in one of those 5 rounds. Whereas this one increases the attack of all the officers by 10%. Hey, that sounds a bit better, but only if you've got other officers that have got good attack. So you need to think that through a little bit. Oh, sorry, I'm hitting the wrong button, silly me. Cool. That's the last thing I wanted to do about talking about them. The next thing I wanted to do, I've been saving up for a few days and not opening cards, and so there's some things I want to experiment a little bit with opening cards, and I'm going to try it live. I've got my suspicion of how something works. But we're going to work out, is it actually true? I'm going to start with here, and I've managed to save up 241 cards. Oh, I hadn't realized I had that many. This could be quite a few cards then. So what I'm going to do is, one of the questions is, you got down the bottom, you've got 3 buttons. You can choose to open 1, 3, or 5 chests. And does it make a difference? And the answer is yes, it does make a difference. And I'm not sure if this is a feature or a bug. And so I've got so many, I'm going to go for the 5 chests. I've never actually done 5 chests before. This could be fun. But what happens is, if the question is, if you get the same card, do you get it multiple times? And oh, I've got lots of cards. Let's just open 1 and see if I get lucky to demonstrate the issue. So I'm opening on, I'm just doing a single deck of cards. I get some XP, some experience points. I got Kabish. And I got 3 different ones. It happens more early on, and so there was this question: if you got the same card twice, do you get the points twice? And when I looked at the numbers, I'm trying to remember, but I got the impression that if it was in the one chest and you got the card twice, then you got 2 points for it. But the numbers, it actually sorted them backwards or something strange. So it didn't, like, this is, the first one I opened was over here on the right. And so you had to read it right to left to realize that you did actually get them all. But my understanding is, if you go for a larger number of things, duplicates between the different batches are discarded. And so, but in each batch, you get to open more cards. And so it's a different sort of gamble in a way. If you get lots of different cards, you win. If you get the same card over and over and over, you lose. So I'm not actually sure whether opening lots of decks at once is actually a good thing or not. So we're going to give it a try. I'm partly going to keep a bit of an eye out and see if I can actually work out if my thing is correct. So we've got Gala, Chev, Cadet, and that was the first one. So I'm going to open the next one. You notice that I got 3 cards there. In this one, I've now got 6 cards. I've got Gala again. Okay, we're going to check her. So we've got her twice, once in the first deck, once in the second deck. So I'm going to come back and see how she's gone. I took some screenshots before I started this one, so I can remember what the numbers were before we started. I got Ruka, Chev again. So we got, and we got Scotty again. And so we're going to open another one. Now, I know some people would be doing all sorts of, I've seen some YouTubes and they do lots of special effects, and too bad. I've got a cheap budget. So we've got another Demeter, Dahlia again. So we've got her a lot. So the question is, how many times is it actually counting? And no, at this stage, I'm a bit worried because I could be wasting a whole lot because I'm getting the same characters over and over again. And I don't think I'm getting the benefit from having lots of decks. So we've got 18 or 30. Let's try and opening another one. Got Demeter again. Gone up to 18. Finally got somebody different. Ruko. You might notice this time we've got 11 cards in the deck. And so I've got a greater chance of getting different ones. And so by saving up, you can get more cards as long as you're getting different things. Okay, that's 4 chests open. So 18 of 30s for Kayla. Oh, 1,300. And you see, Gala's back up to 18 of 30. And so while I've got lots of cards, that number indicates I've only got one card for all the times she's appeared. They're all wastes. And all these duplicates are just wasting all these deck. And it's only because I've got more things. And so I actually think overall, opening multiple chests at once loses. Because I just burned through 5 decks and had so many duplicates which don't count, that I actually think it's a bad thing to do. Let's go back and just check. So if we have a look at Dara, she's only gone up to 18. She was at 17 before I started. So for all those decks, all those duplicates, only counted once. And so it may be a feature or it may be a bug, but it's basically, I think opening the multi-deck packs is, you might win occasionally because you get more cards, but you don't get the duplicates. Whereas if I do each one of these ones separately, I do get all the duplicates. So she's gone up to 19 now because I've done it as a separate deck. Done. I'm going to do another one, an individual one. See if I get her again. Oh, he's interesting. So Ston. So, see, he's got 4 of 8 and 5 of 8. So we're going to come back and look at him. You see on these numbers, his number has gone up. If you read it from right to left. I got the XP, and you got 5 of 18, 6 of 18. So the duplicates within one opening count. The duplicates between multiple chests get discarded. Very annoying. So I'm gonna, let's see what else we can find. Oh, the meter, Vel. Vel's great if you're going to attack another ship. Like a Reds, and you're getting dilithium drops because it increases it. And cool, Vel's going to be ready for promotion. And I'm going to keep going because I actually want to come back and spend some of my points on it. So, oh great, Helvia is going to be ready for promotion. And I got even more experience points. I can do 2 more. I wonder if we actually get anybody new. 120. McCoy, Cadet. McCoy again. Sulu, and again you can see McCoy, his count's gone from 19 to 20 to 21. One last chest. And Helvia's up now to 21. So it's okay, it actually goes over because I haven't promoted it yet, and so that should go back to 1, I'm pretty sure. Now, I've also got some premium recruit and some ultra recruit. There's also Federation recruit, but I don't have any of those tokens at this stage. So, but I have got a premium recruit, so I'm just going to show you what these ones are like. As I said, I'm not going to do the multi-chests, it's faster, but you lose. I tend to find that I lose more often than I win. So I've got, these are uncommon. All sorts of interesting. Kla, Sulu, Bella. You might notice that we get 5 there and I didn't get any experience points. But I can do another one. See, we got quite a few cards. I was saving up for a little while for this event. Oh, I've got an epic. I don't know, epics are pros and cons to me. It's great, worth more. I've got to get 95 of them. It's going to be forever before I can use him. Yeah. Now, all these names don't mean very much. You really need to go through and read the descriptions. So, yeah, it's not a bad one. And can I do another one? I can do another too. See, we got Grace, Lucia again, Vela, 2 Velas, 3 Velas. Oh, this is fun. It's not right to left. You see here, it's got 6, 7, and 8, and they're out of order. But at least it counted 3 times, so I'm happy about that. And one more. Officer 0718. I can't do all these names properly. Oh, yay! Rare Spock. Uncommon. Got 2 Sulus, cool. And then we got an ultra recruit, and I've got 1 of these saved up as well, which is why I was doing this at the moment. So let's give this one a go. I've very rarely done ultra decks. So we've got 10 cards in an ultra deck. I'll go back and show you how you can accelerate getting an ultra deck. So, oh, I've got a rare. Another rare. Another rare. They're all rare. Epic. But I've got to get up to 100 of them, so they don't unlock until I get all of the cards. The ping's getting closer though. Barrett? Who's that guy? I don't recognize him at all. I got him twice. 3 times. I hope they all count, those ones. 13, 14, 15. Yep, all 3 counted for Kirk. And so that's an ultra deck. So how can you get, like, ultras have got these purpley sorts of things. Well, what you can also do, where is it? Go over into factions, and in the faction store, if I go to the Federation store, I did a loyalty pack before, but you can actually do, I don't have enough tokens, so I've only got 75 tokens, but you can actually get more. Oh, I didn't realize I could do that. You can actually sort of go through here, and it's also got different options based on if you've got friendly, reputation, favored, and as your reputation goes up, there are different decks you can get. Now, just in terms of normal resources, I go for the loyalty packs. I find them quite useful for getting large dumps of resources, and they only cost 10 tokens. But if you like the cards, you can get more tokens and so forth, and buy them that way. Cool. Ooh. I keep collecting my 10 minutes prizes. Okay, what else? It was, so the other one I wanted to do then is I've also tried to time this with a limited time officer event. I've got 3 hours left, and I'm rank 0 because I've got 0 points. Well, we're going to try and improve on that. This particular one is a ranked, and if I have a look, there's nobody ranked. Well, that's going to be fun. It's got a good chance of doing quite well in this one then. So what I'm going to then go off and do is start promoting my officers. Because by saving up, I've also got a reasonable number of XP for my officers. I'm going to start by, I actually do use Vel, so I'm going to promote Vel. And by doing so, I can now choose to live him up, but I'm not going to live him up at the moment. Is it a he or a she? Maybe a she. I'm going to see who else I can promote. I'm going to promote, and at the top it says I've made some progress on the event. Oh, just excuse me. I've got my you can do that and get rid of that. Okay. And you notice it's already up to 1. So the fact that I went over is fine. I didn't lose anything by doing that, which is good. Who else can I promote? Cool. I'm going to promote this guy. And you notice that the messages at the top, it's telling me the points and the points towards that my ranking. So if I just quickly jump over there, come over to the events, and I have a look at the overtime thing. Oh, it just wasn't showing me anything before. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So I'm currently ranked 4th. I'm going to keep going, see how far I can go. But 3rd to 5th all gets the same prize. It's really when you get up into 2nd and 1st that you start getting all these uncommons. You know, I'd love to get 1st place, but I've got to get 4,000. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make that. Oh, we try though. Okay, so I'm going to come back here. Anybody else I can promote? And so you notice a lot of these ones, I've got one or a few of the cards, but they're not unlocked until I get enough of them. Okay. What I'm then going to do is just check. I'm going to promote my most useful guys first, but this is 15 out of 15. I'm looking at the level down in the bottom right corner. Just trying to see if anybody I haven't got all up to the top level yet. These are all 15 out of 15. Okay, so Vel. I can increase Vel. And come back to Vel. I can do Elvir as well. Anybody else? So they're both useful, and I'm both thinking about them. Vartok, I can use him, but I very rarely actually use him, so I'm going to do him last. I'm just going to see if there's anybody else. This one's really cheap. Now, it's worthwhile knowing which ones are cheap, because I want to use up as many of these points as possible. And so I might come back and do some of him because the points start off low, but I'm going to use up the most expensive ones first. This guy is interesting. What can this guy do? What's his abilities? Always enthusiastic. 50% chance of increasing morale for 3 more. That's interesting. I don't know how to evaluate how useful it is. And shield health by 10%. So the reality is I'm probably never going to put him on the deck. So it's really, he gives me a shield strength of 10. So I might actually use him. Reinforcements. If the battleship increases armor. Shield piercing. That's interesting. So I've got lots of guys that I can push up. Cool. Well, that goes through all of them. So I'm going to go back to Vel, because I actually use Vel. And I'm basically doing the most expensive ones first. And then just going to see whatever points I've got left. Because you might notice that the level up amount's going up each time. Using lots. I can do another one. Oh, I might actually use up all my points just on Vel. I've got 318 points left. So I can't give her any, but I can do another one that's worth 200 points. So I'm going to 880. No, can't do him. Here we go. I'm going to give another 200 points there. I'm never sure if we're going to use him, but I've used up the maximum number of points. And what I'm trying to do is come over to this event. And I'm now ranked number 1. And I achieved that just by saving up my points for a while, opening up all those cards. But it's really the XP that I'd saved up that I've now got into number 1. I'm not necessarily going to win it, but I've got a good chance of winning it because it's quite late at night here. And hopefully everybody else is asleep, which will give me 60 uncommon ore, which is brilliant. And lots of pastille, which, I'll use it. Got lots of upgrades and stuff to do. Up on level 19. So, anyway, so I was just showing you how it is. Not all the events, some of them are just score-based, but this particular one is a ranked-based one. And so to win in the rank-based one, you basically got to save up the most. Just don't tell this other guy that I pushed him off the top. Cool. So, the most important things out of that is when opening, my personal preference when opening all those cards in the recruit was not to use those bottom buttons down the bottom to open multiple decks, because you don't get the duplicates. And so even though it looks like you're getting more cards, yeah, I think actually overall you lose. Now, that may be a bug, it may be a feature, but I've just found more often than not I've actually lost not getting as many cards as I would have got otherwise. But it's just a personal thing. If you got your own opinion, you might have a think it's worthwhile for you. Leave a comment on your experiences. Thanks for watching. See you next time.